Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Chelsea Chameleon, and I'm back with another video. Today's video is going to be very chatty, very yappy, because I'm going to be talking about my 2024 concerts, specifically my 2024 concert outfits, okay? I go to a lot of concerts every year. Concerts are like my number one happy place. I love going to basically any type of concert. Like, it doesn't matter if it's K-pop or not. Since 2017, I've been going to concerts, and each year I try to up the number of concerts that I go to. Last year I went to 10, and this year I went to 11, which is so great. And the reason why I love concerts so much is that it combines like all of my favorite things into one. So music, fashion, socializing, hanging out with friends, obviously like fangirling and like seeing like my faves live, makeup, like all that type of stuff I'm able to do and utilize at a concert. Concerts really make me creative because I'm always like thinking about what I'm going to wear, what I'm going to make, because I do tend to DIY and make a lot of things for concerts. And low key, I care more about like my outfit than actually seeing the artist live. So I love putting care and thought into my outfits and really kind of going on theme or creating like a theme for the concert. So this year I kind of wanted to do a little recap and rating of all of my concerts that I went to and the outfits that I wore, and also do a little mini review of each concert because I feel like I went to so many different types of concerts this year, and so I just want to talk about it. Like I said, this video is going to be very yap heavy, so grab your favorite beverage, your favorite snack, a blanket, a plushie, sit back and watch or listen to me yap about all of my 2024 outfits and the concerts that I went to. And without further ado, let's get into it. So like I said earlier, I went to 11 concerts this year, which I'm actually really happy and proud of because last year I only went to 10. So I added one more concert to the year. So I saw 8 different artists for 11 different concerts. And like I said again, these are K-pop and non-K-pop concerts because even though I do like K-pop, as you can tell, I'm a huge non-K-pop fan. I was a non-K-pop fangirl before I was a K-pop fangirl, so I like to go to any type of concert, especially if I like their music. I'm down to go to a concert. But anyways, at number 11 is Sleep Token, and I saw them in Chicago, Illinois on May 15th. I saw them with my good friend Trisha. Trisha, if you're watching this, I love you, girl. You're one of my favorite Army Wall friends. I love you, and I can't wait to see you again soon next year, hopefully. And Trisha is a huge Sleep Token fan. The reason why I went to this concert is because of her, and I just wanted to kind of tag along. And I liked some of their songs and heard some of their songs, but personally, I wasn't really a big fan before I went to this show. And because of that, my outfit did kind of reflect that I really didn't know how to dress. If you guys don't know, Sleep Token is more of an alternative, like rock metal, not really metal, like I don't really know how to describe it, but they're like alternative rock. And I know how to dress for like alternative concerts. I've been to alternative concerts before, but I didn't really know the vibe of the fandom just because they're like rock, but like also not. They like kind of mix different genres. And so I didn't really know how to dress for this show. I just knew in the back of my mind, I just wanted to wear fishnets on my arms and on my legs. And I had this old t-shirt dress that I actually wore like in Korea years ago that I actually wanted to like transform into like a nightgown, like something just to wear around the house. But this dress is like gray with like skulls on it, and it has like lace at the bottom, which I wasn't the biggest fan of because it kind of made the dress like look like a nightgown. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wear this dress one more time to Chicago just for the show. And my original idea was to wear it with like a belt, but I couldn't find like a belt with like either like metal, like gourmet, or like something that looked alternative. All of the belts that I found were more like businessy, like, and they weren't super wide, and it just didn't work out. So yeah, I didn't really like the outfit that I wore to Sleep Token. I did wear like my iconic concert boots that I always wear. Now they're like these knee-high black boots that I got from H&M, and I did add little like gold chains to them to bring out the gold detailing in the dress. And I wore like kind of gold, black, smoky eye makeup, and I loved my makeup. And my hair was okay. I don't think I added anything to my hair. Yeah, didn't really like the outfit. I also didn't have fishnets for the bottom because the fishnets that I bought, I forgot last Halloween. I cut them so I could actually wear them on my arms. And so I only had like the set that I wore for my arms. So I just had like arm fishnets and no leg fishnets, if that makes any sense. I feel like if I had the fishnets on the bottom, it would have looked a lot better, but I don't know. I just didn't really like this outfit. I did get compliments on my hair, and I think I got compliments on my boots, but I just didn't really like the outfit. However, it was very comfortable, okay? Like, even though I didn't like the outfit fashion wise, it was very comfortable for like a GA standing alternative rock show. People are like moving around, pushing around, etc. And it was perfect for that. And also, we had to wait in line all day from like 10 a.m. to like 6 p.m. This dress was like kind of baggy and like comfortable enough for me to like lay on the streets like in the sun in Chicago. So it was great for that. I just didn't really like the way the final look looked. So that was Sleep Token. And moving on to number 10 is Hosier, or Hosier. I don't know how to say his name, guys. Don't come for me. I think it's Hosier, but I saw him in South Haven, Mississippi, so right down the street from my city, on April 25th. And this was kind of a last minute concert. I recently got into his music this year, and so I didn't really know, again, how to dress for this show because I'm not a part of the fandom. I just like his music, and so I didn't really know like what the vibes were. Like for Shiny BTS, I know like BTS, I could wear purple, I'm good. Shiny, I could wear pearl aqua, I'm good. And I remember on Twitter, I asked my mutuals, like, y'all, like, what do I wear to like a Hosier concert? And some of my friends like helped me out and said like very earthy, like nature core, like hipster, kind of alternative, or anything like really comfortable, because like his music is very like cozy and like, you know, easy listening. And so I took that and I was like, great. I still don't really know what to wear. Even though I do love to like dress differently, I mostly am very like girly and colorful in my outfits. And even though what they said was helpful, it didn't really help me because I don't really have like nature, earthy, fairy core, and I have like very limited alternative like pieces in my wardrobe. But a couple of weeks ago, I ended up thrifting this long jean skirt, and I had this like off the shoulder top that I actually like cut and cropped myself. And I was like, you know what, this kind of gives like kind of hipster vibes a little bit, like coffee shop girl, like I don't know, like Tumblr kind of aesthetic. And I wore that with like my shorter boots. I remember I had DIY'd like this vintage Taman necklace that I wore, and I still had blue hair at the time, but it was getting old. So I remember I put my blue hair like in a low bun, and I added like some little curls on the side, and I feel like I looked really, really cute, you guys. And side note, I actually am so happy that I found and thrifted and wore that long skirt, because that skirt saved my life for the show. So I saw him at an amphitheater in South Haven, and my dumb butt didn't realize that an amphitheater is outside. And keep in mind, this is April, so it's still like not super hot outside, at least in Tennessee where I am, or in the South. And so even though like you can dress warmer, like you don't have to wear scarves and gloves, like you still have to have a jacket on, especially at night. And my dumb ass didn't realize that. I thought I was going to be inside, which is also why I wore a freaking off the shoulder top. I remember I pulled up to the venue and we were waiting in line to get through security, and everybody had like blankets and like mats and tarps and stuff. And I'm like, why are we like trying to bring this inside? Like security is going to take that. Like everybody had like blankets and like picnic baskets and stuff. And I'm like, what is going on? And then I realized, holy shit, this venue is outside. But thankfully I did bring a little small black jacket, and that and the jean skirt saved my freaking life, guys. Like if it wasn't for that skirt, like I would have been even more cold than I already was. So even though I did like my outfit fashion wise, it just wasn't the best of my outfits this year. And again, I kind of did this outfit at the last minute because I bought tickets like 3 days before the concert. So yeah, it just wasn't my best, even though it was really, really cute. Moving on to number 9 is Meet Me at the Altar, and I saw them on February 21st in Nashville, Tennessee. And this was actually my first concert of the year. And at the time, I remember I was really into purple. And so I wanted like very purple, like alternative vibes for this show. I didn't buy anything new for this outfit. I actually had this old shirt from Hot Topic that I've had for years, and basically it's like this purple shirt with like the striped sleeves, and it just automatically looks alternative, so I went along with that. I remember I did purple braids, and y'all, that braid job was not the best braid job at all, but I remember I put the braids like in buns, I believe, like little space buns. And then I had, again, my tall concert boots, and then I had like this black old skirt outfit from Forever 21, and because it was winter, I think I did have a turtleneck underneath that top, and then I did have like leggings on underneath my skirt. And I remember I did do my makeup on the bus, and my makeup actually turned out really, really cute for that concert. So I'm proud of myself. I did a pretty good job. And so yeah, I liked the outfit. It was cute. I definitely felt like I was, I don't know, like a part of like the fandom. Like for Me at the Altar, I did not feel like a poser. A, because I am a fan of their music. Like I'm actually a fan of their music. Side note, I actually tried to see them 2 times in 2023 and failed both freaking times. And so I was finally able to see them again for their tour this year. And so yeah, I am a fan, and I definitely felt like, you know, I looked like a fan and felt like I fit in. A little mini review. I love that show, by the way. It was one of my favorite shows this year. I also found one of my favorite bands called Honey Revenge through that show. They opened for Me at the Altar for this show, and I fell in love with this band, and hopefully I get to see them next year because they're actually going on, I believe, their first headlining tour next year. So I'm really, really happy about that, and hopefully I get to see them. And at the end of the show, I was able to get the members to sign my album, which I will put a little photo right here. I was so happy, and I just enjoyed the show so freaking much, and I just love Me at the Altar, and it was honestly one of my favorite shows this year. It was a very long show, but very, very worth it. Moving on to number 8, I saw Ace in Nashville, Tennessee on July 7th. And if you guys don't know, I freaking love Ace, okay? They are one of my old K-pop groups, and I was so happy that they were coming to my state, and so I definitely had to go. Also, a little side note, my seats were so good. I saw them so close. I love this outfit, but the only reason why I'm ranking it kind of this low is because I did not get any good photos, y'all. And the reason why I didn't really get any good photos is because I was rushing. Like we were both rushing to get to the venue because I wanted to have time to like buy a light stick. I got to my seat like 5 minutes before the show started. Like I barely had time to like put the batteries in my light stick. And so because of that, I didn't get any good photos. Like I only took selfies like in the car, and the selfies weren't even that good. And like you couldn't even see like my full outfit in the selfies. I'm gonna kind of describe what I had on. So basically I had this dress that I got from Korea years and years ago, like in 2018. And I never ended up wearing it because I did gain weight. And so the dress kind of fit more like a t-shirt. And after I lost a little bit of weight, it kind of fit more like a t-shirt dress, which is how it was supposed to fit. Even still, it was kind of an awkward thing to wear because it does have like this peplum bottom at the end, and so it's really hard to like find something to wear with it. It's one of those tops where it's like too short to like wear on your own as a dress because my ass cheeks would be out, but it's also a little bit too long to like just wear like with jeans as a t-shirt. And again, that peplum bottom just kind of throws it off, so you have to wear like either really like tiny shorts or like a small skirt underneath. And also this t-shirt dress is like a very coral, like salmon pink color, so it's kind of hard to style. Like I feel like if it was like a more basic pink, it would look better with like any season. So I couldn't really wear this dress like in the winter. And this t-shirt dress also has a little cactus right here, so it was very much a summer top, and so I never had an opportunity to wear it anywhere. And because of the concert, I finally had a chance to wear it. And if you're a Choice, you know why. Cactus is Ace's debut song, and so it just went perfectly with like the Ace theme. And also this was July, it was in the middle of summer, and so I felt like the colors were perfect for summer as well. And so I wore the dress with a little jean mini skirt and then my white platform like chunky sandals. I wore the black version for KCON. If you saw my KCON vlog, I have like the black and the white version, but for this show I wore the white version. And then I DIY'd this little pearl heart necklace, and I had June in the little photo. And my hair was really gorgeous. I like did like these reddish brown braids, and I loved my hair. Like my hair was so gorgeous, and my makeup is really cute too. I did like this really corally like peach makeup, and I loved it. My makeup looked so pretty, but I just didn't get any good photos or videos of my outfit, and that sucked. So yeah, that's the only thing I regret. I just didn't get any good photos with that, which is why I ranked it so low. Moving on to number 7 is P1 Harmony, and I saw them in Nashville, Tennessee on June 3rd. Y'all, I love P1 Harmony. They are one of my old groups. I'm always in the moment at a P1 Harmony show, and I have so much fun, which is why I love their concerts. Like I never want to miss like a P1 Harmony tour. Like I have to go to like at least one show per tour because I just love them and they're just amazing live. And again, for some some reason I was on a purple kick for this show. And also, if you're a piece, you kind of know that like purple is kind of associated with Pure and Harmony, which again is why I kind of wanted to dress purple for this concert. And so for this concert, I actually thrifted this purple skirt and I DIY'd and added these little cute white bows all over the skirt. My theme for this concert was like very chromey, very like purpley, very like coquette, like very girly, almost like grandma core low key. I believe I was able to accomplish my aesthetic in my head. And for my top, I just wore this little cropped white cardigan, and then I had like this little white tank top that I bought from Walmart, and then I glued these purple rhinestones, and then I believe I added like a little bow in the middle, and it was so cute. I still have my bubble braids for this concert, so I remember I put them up in a ponytail, and I love the way they looked for this concert. I feel like I was able to like get the ponytail right, because if you have bubble braids, it's kind of hard to like put them up. They're like better when they're worn down, but I was able to put them up and I feel like it looked so cute. I also wore my little pearl K-pop necklace. I believe I had Theo in my necklace. And one of my favorite parts about this outfit is that I DIY'd this light stick bow. It was a really beautiful, cute purple light stick bow. I believe I had like Hiromi, and then I put like a little charm with like Intok's face on it. And it was so cute, you guys. Like literally one of my favorite DIY projects I've ever done. I also had a Jungsup slogan and it was so freaking cute. So yes, I love this outfit. Honestly, I wish it could be higher on this list. And I got so many compliments on my skirt because of the bows and stuff. The only downside to this outfit is that it rained and poured that day, you guys. It was like raining so hard before the concert. And my outfit was just not rain friendly. I had a white on, I had a skirt, and I had sandals on. It just was not a good match at all. But other than that, I loved my outfit and I was able to take a lot of cute selfies before the show. And I believe I was able to take selfies even at the venue. I don't remember. But overall, I loved my outfit. One of my favorite outfits this year. And I love Pure and Harmony. Again, one of my favorite concerts this year. I believe Utopia, the lettering was also purple. So I just felt very on theme and very in Utopia. I just love the concert. I love Pure and Harmony, and I can't wait to see them again. Moving on to number 6 is Pink Panthers, and I saw her this spring on April 20th in Nashville, Tennessee. And y'all, Pink Panthers is such an easy concert to dress for. There's 3 options that you can go. You can go Y2K, obviously. You can go pink, or you can go neo green because she loves NCT. And low-key, I did all 3 for this outfit, and I loved this outfit, y'all. It was just so Pink Panthers. I feel like this is an outfit that she would wear, maybe minus the boots, because I did wear like my concert boots. She probably would wear like flats or like, I don't know, like some lower shoes, but I feel like the top and the skirt she would definitely wear. So for this top, I had this Forever 21 like kind of cropped tie butterfly sheer pink top, and I remember I bought this in the winter, but again, it's the winter, so I had nowhere to wear it to. I believe I bought it because it was like $3 or $5, and I was like, oh, this is cute. I know I can wear this in the future. And so I ended up wearing it for the Pink Panther show. It was perfect. If you've seen her video, she has like butterflies and like graphics, and it just goes so well. Like, I'm telling y'all, she would love this top that I wore. And so I wore this pink top, and then I had this skirt that I bought from Rainbow. It was a dark denim pleated skirt, and I like this skirt. However, I kind of wish I would have went with a different skirt, either a long skirt or a more straight cut skirt. However, the top that I wore was very cropped, so I really needed something that was high waist friendly. And I find a lot of straight cut denim skirts, or just straight cut skirts in general, aren't as like high waist friendly, and they don't really fit my body type. So I did like this skirt because it flared out and it fit better like high waisted and with a crop top, as opposed to like a more straight cut skirt for me. The only downside to this skirt is my butt was low key out and I did have shorts on, but my skirt was really short. It also didn't help because I had my knee high boots on. I did like the way I decorated my boots. I had like this pink ribbon in my boots and I love that. But yeah, I just kind of wish I had a different skirt. And obviously for the show, I had to bring my Neo Bong, of course. So I brought my NCT light stick, and I also brought a Pink Panther plushie. And I've had this plushie for years, but I just added eyelashes to him, and I was able to actually give it to her at the show, which was so amazing. She loved it. And so yeah, the concert was great. I had Barricade, and I felt really cute. The only thing is I just felt a little bit exposed because my skirt was very short. Even though I got a lot of photos and selfies, I just didn't feel as confident as I feel like I could have. Also, I remember my blue braids was getting kind of old during this show, and then at the time I kind of gained a little bit of weight, and it just wasn't looking good to me on like camera or like in photos. So I felt a little bit off because of that. But overall, I still liked my outfit. I still felt cute. I just didn't feel like, wow. Yeah, it wasn't like 100%, but it was like maybe like 80, 95. I'm back, y'all. Sorry, I had to change my battery. But moving on to number 5 is Cold, and I saw him for the second time in Houston, Texas on September 3rd. And you're probably like, what do you mean you saw him for the second time? I actually saw him 3 times this year, and so Houston was my second show. So I'm going to talk about obviously his other shows later, but for this ranking, I ranked the Houston date for number 5. For this show, it was kind of the same as Pink Panthers. I had this dress, but it was really short, and so that is the only reason why it's this low, because the dress was really short, you guys, but it was honestly really cute. I was still a baddie, okay? But I did have this blue dress that, again, I got from Forever 21 in the winter, and I saved it into the summer. And if you can't tell, that is a tip. So if you know, or if you have a feeling that like your favorite artist is going to tour next year, and you see a piece that's like very on theme for like a future concert, buy it now, you guys. Especially if the concert is probably going to be in the summer, buy it now, and then you could have it for later on. That's what I honestly did with like a lot of these concerts. I bought summer stuff in the winter or vice versa, and I was able to like have cute outfits and not have to worry about the outfit for the most part, like, you know, a month or a week before the show. But I wore this blue dress from Forever 21, and this dress reminds me kind of the aesthetics and the theme of the Love Part 2 album. If you guys are a Cold fan, you know like the photo shoot he did was like in water, and his album cover is like an ocean wave in like a heart shape. And so I was kind of inspired by like very watery like blue tones. And if you guys don't know, Cold's tour was called Blueprint Tour, so I definitely want to have like very blue in my outfit. As you saw in the video, or if you saw my TikTok, I had blue braids that I wore for this show. It wasn't like a super solid theme, but I loved the execution. I put little blue butterfly clips in my hair, and again, I wore my iconic concert boots. I put blue, either blue and white or just blue lace in the boots, of course, obviously to fit the Blueprint Tour theme. And I loved my makeup for the show. I had like blue glittery, very bold makeup, and I just loved my outfit, y'all. I made a sign for him that he actually was able to see. It was a Nirvana Blues themed sign. If you guys follow me on Twitter or TikTok, you already know like I was Barricade all 3 shows, had an amazing time. And I won't talk too much about the concerts because I do have some videos planned where I am going to upload my concert vlogs, because I did vlog all 3 concerts, and then I'd have like some Cold like DIY projects and stuff that I want to do, and so I'll talk more about the concert in those videos. And yeah, the only reason why I'm ranking it like this low is because the dress was kind of short, and the next 4 outfits I loved way more than this one. Even though like Cold was hands down my favorite show, this outfit in particular, not my favorite compared to the next 4. Moving on to number 4 is Megan Thee Stallion. I saw her in my city, Memphis, Tennessee on May 30th. And if you're a hottie, if you're a Meg stan, you know that her album was very much centered around like the snake theme and then the butterfly theme, but during the first half it was more like the snake theme. And so I definitely wanted to kind of dress like a snake, or like dress with like snakes on me, and so I definitely did that. By the way, my favorite like song out of like the Snake trilogy singles is Cobra. I love Cobra, and so I was more inspired by Cobra. Cobra has more like kind of like wild, kind of like not African, but like wild African, very like exotic kind of dress. His was more like kind of like classy, sexy, and Boa was more obviously like kind of anime, girly. but Cobra was definitely more like exotic, kind of wild, and I kind of wanted to go with like that theme. For this concert, I still had my bubble braids in, and I love that because it really went with like the wild kind of exotic theme that I wanted to go for. And I bought these little toy snakes from Michael's, and I believe I clipped some of them and like made them into like hairpins, and I put them all in my hair, kind of like Medusa almost, just to like have like snakes in my hair to go with like the snake theme. And I loved it. It was so cute. I did like very like kind of reddy, coppery, gold, bold makeup, and I loved my makeup. It looked so good. I don't remember the nails that I had on, but I love the nails that I did as well. And then I had like this cropped like leather like crop top, and it was so cute. And then I had this tribal pattern skirt that was so cute, you guys. It was so freaking cute. And then I had boots, and I believe I put snakes in my boots as well. I had something on my boots. Maybe my boots were plain. I don't really remember. And so I was very like cobra hiss like snake themed, and I loved this outfit. I felt so sexy, so confident, so good. And not to be an Aquarius, but I felt very different, if that makes any sense. I feel like a lot of people, at least in my city, dressed kind of like the Renaissance tour, not gonna lie. Very silvery, like a lot of cowboy hats, a lot of like tall boots, like very sexy, very like, you know, hot girl, kind of like Tina Snow aesthetic almost. I didn't really see a lot of people dressing like the album. So I really wanted to go with like the snake theme. And even though this outfit wasn't as like crazy as like some of my other outfits, to me it was very unique. I feel like I didn't look like everyone else, which I know sounds like low-key kind of pick me, but yeah, I feel like people just didn't dress with like the theme of her album, which was crazy because I feel like snake patterns, snake themes are like so easy. Like even if you didn't put snakes and stuff in your hair, I don't know, I feel like it was very easy to like dress with the theme, but maybe that was just me. But that's why it's number 4. I love the outfit. I just felt very unique and different in the outfit. Moving on to number 3 is ONEUS, and I saw them in Houston, Texas on April 5th. And ONEUS was my second concert of the year, and so I feel like I had a lot of time to really think about my outfit and curate the pieces. And y'all, not gonna lie, I feel like I freaking ate with this concert and with this outfit. I remember my friend literally said I looked unrecognizable for this show, which I mean, I take as a compliment, but at the same time, like, damn, girl. Before my outfit, I had on a very basic black crop top, but the pants was the star of the show. I wore these moon flare pants that I've had actually for years that I got from Hot Topic. These pants were actually a little bit too big, so I ended up pinning them a bit so they could kind of fit a little bit better. But if you know ONEUS and if you're a 2 Moon, you know that obviously their theme around their entire group concept is the moon and the phases of the moon. And so these moon pattern pants were literally the perfect thing to wear to the concert. And for my shoes, I just wore my short platform boots just to give me some height because those pants are like very long. For this concert, I did blue braids with like ombre with like different colors in them. This is the first time I did like blue braids, and I loved it. It was so pretty. And I love the way I like curled my braids. Usually I do like crimped waves, but this time I did like kind of billowy curls. My makeup was so pretty. I remember I had like this chunky highlighter on, and it was just so gorgeous. And I had this beautiful light stick. I had my Soho slogan, and I just felt so cute. Photos that I took ate down, like so good. I love this outfit so much. Also, I did have a moon hair clip in, which honestly just tied the outfit together. I love this outfit so much. Definitely one of my top outfits of the year. I just felt like very on theme, very 2 Moon. I also had Barricade for this show as well, and so I remember Dongju and Hwanwoong, like they were so close to me like during some parts of the show. And yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, love the show, love my outfit, just one of my favorites. Moving on to the top 2 concert outfits. Obviously, the next 2 are going to be cold because earlier I talked about Houston and then I said I saw him 3 times. So these are going to be the other 2 times. And coming in at number 2, the runner-up concert outfit of the year is the show that I saw him at in Dallas, Texas on September 6th. And for this concert, obviously we're in Dallas, obviously we're in the South. And so I had to go with a cowboy theme. Obviously, this is the outfit that I had in my head for months, and I never really did like a cowboy outfit. I feel like if you go to K-pop shows or like Beyonce, you know, obviously it's very normal to like wear a cowboy hat and have like your bias's name or something, but I never did that. But for this show, I was able to do it for Cold. And so for this show, I DIY'd this blue cowboy hat that I got from Amazon. And then I had this blue kind of like billowy, kind of like V-cut cropped top that I got from Rainbow. And then I've had these like kind of slick pants that I got from H&M, and they kind of like tie up like on the waist. And then I just wore my basic little platform short boots again. I also DIY'd the Love Part 2 necklace, which I loved. I had these beautiful heart earrings, and of course my makeup was blue and just very pretty and sparkly. I loved my outfit, but honestly the best thing about my outfit was not the clothes, not the accessories, but the flag that I brought to the concert, y'all. If you guys don't know, I ordered a huge, gigantic, Cold American flag, and I feel like it perfectly went with like the cowboy all-American theme of the show, and people loved the flag. So many people took like photos and videos with it. I took so many photos and videos with it. It was so funny and so cute and so perfect. I got a lot of validation in the hard work that I put into this outfit for this show, which is why it's in my top 2. I just love it so, so much. And yeah, I just feel like I was perfectly able to like not only execute the cowboy theme, but also execute like the blue theme, because I was very blue even though it was still like cowboy themed. And also Cold came out at the show with the freaking cowboy hat on. Granted, it wasn't blue, but he had a cowboy hat on, which was crazy. I was about to cry during the show because I'm like, we're twinning. So yeah, that was amazing. And yeah, love that outfit. So, so pretty. Also got so many good photos and videos of that outfit. So yeah, definitely one of my favorites. And moving on to number 1. Can we get a little drum roll? My number 1 concert outfit of 2024 is Cold in Chicago, Illinois on August 17th. And for this concert, I obviously wanted to go with one of my favorite Cold songs ever, Sunflower. If you know Cold, or even if you don't know Cold, that song is so amazing. One of his most popular songs, a fan favorite. Everyone loves Sunflower, and obviously that's from his debut album. And that song just has so much meaning. And obviously I wanted to dress as a sunflower, and for this show I did. And aside from the clothes, this was actually the first concert where I started wearing wigs again. I didn't really have a lot of time to think about my hair, so I ended up buying this wig low-key at the last minute, and it actually worked out perfectly because it was pretty, but it was able to give like the sunflower that I had in my hair like time to shine, if that makes sense. So yeah, loved my hair and my wig that I did for this show. Love the sunflower. And I thrifted like this like yellow like side tying top from the thrift store, and I loved it. It went perfectly. I DIY'd a little sunflower necklace, and then obviously I had my iconic concert boots, but I ended up putting sunflowers in between the laces. So I had like sunflowers going up and down my boots. I also did like yellow gold glittery makeup. It was beautiful. My skin looked really good for the concert too. And obviously I was on theme with sunflower. During the actual show, during Sunflower, Cold gave me a sunflower. And that was honestly the best night of my life, the best moment of my life, the best moment of 2024. But yeah, that was my favorite concert outfit of the year. Amazing, very worth it, very full circle, and very meaningful. And just, I just loved it, y'all. Like, I can't even like describe it anymore. I just love the outfit. But that is it for ranking and rating my 2024 concert outfits. I hope you guys enjoyed me yapping and talking about random stuff and all of my concert outfit details. I love videos like this. I love watching other people do it, especially on TikTok too. So yes, love it. Let me know if you guys have like other creators who do videos like this, because I would love to watch more. Yeah, I'm so excited for all the content I'm going to be making next year. Like, I'm really going to lock in and get on my game next year, not only for you but for me to like look back on and be proud of. So stay tuned. All right, that is it for today's video. Follow me on all of my social medias, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay colorful. Bye-bye. Don't have a photo card near me, but I do have Cold on the back of my phone, so we're just going to use the back of my phone. All right, bye-bye.